3 times the charm, oh yeah. Should I keep it open or should I shut it? I suppose I'll keep it shut. Oh. Back in another little area. Now this is an interesting little tune. It sounds almost happy, as if something very good just came upon itself. Itself, of course, being itself, not anything more than that. Unless if you want to count depression itself. Maybe I shouldn't talk about that so much. It probably scares a few people. But maybe what I'll do... I don't know. I know what Raven did. Raven killed herself. And it was a stupid reason to kill herself. She wasn't even depressed. I'm the one who's depressed. And she probably wouldn't even care about me. She just cared about her robot things. Robot things. Yeah. You know, I don't really see why she needed to be a villain. Or why the Nightmare Maker did, or the Doctor guy, or the Mummy, or all the others, the Count Arch, all of them. I don't see the reason for it. It's just a bunch of stupid things. I'm the only one who has an actually good reason to be the way I am. Isn't it so obvious? It's because of one specific person, and that's it. You know who that is? If you don't know, well then that's crazy. Because of course it's Paco. I don't have any care for Mummy anymore. It's just Paco. That's my obvious good reason for being the way I am. And towards everyone else too. You know, I guess it would be a good idea to touch up on this. But can I mention King Pig real quick? He might just be the only one that makes sense as to why he became a villain. You know, it wasn't anything too stupid. It was a genuine good reason. Because some frog and getting his ear cut off, and it's simple, but it's a very dark thing. And what was it again? Like one of the Whippet frogs or something like that? I think like a green and a blue one. They were scientists or something. Imagine if I was a scientist. And if I had done that to him, then he would have been after me. Really though, if I had done it, none of those guys would have to deal with the King Pig. Then again, they already took care of that. I mean, we all know what happened, right? Do you not know? I guess if you don't, I can explain. It's actually really simple. King Pig ended up dying from Maybell. Not Mo, not Red Yeah. Not them, because they went rest in peace. Sorry if you didn't know, but you have to know at this point. Maybell was the one who made King Pig go bye-bye. And that is the most that I know. It was 100% Maybell. Really? Did you really think I didn't know? I know it was Nightmare Maker. Jeez. Did you actually think that... Look, I really do know everything that goes around here. I'm basically the true villain of all. Right? Shouldn't it be this way? I don't see why it shouldn't. It really is why I can't lose on this fourth fight. It is going to be a great fight. And I will never break the rules, even still, for a little dice friend. I'll never break the rules. I'll never break the rules on you, Dice. I'll never do it. You living, majestic creature, you. I'll never let that happen. Because you're just too important to me. So much that as if I just love you more than people I've known in my life that I've loved. I love you more than them. Yeah, you've always known that. You get that in your head. You know it all day, all night. It's easy stuff. It's almost as easy as having to go on and tell through all what happened to them. I do know that Paco has already told one of his backstories about him and his pirate crew. A pretty mediocre one, if you ask me. What was the point of that? It doesn't relate to anything. I guess it relates to Paco, but that's it. Or maybe that was the point. I don't know, I don't care, because I don't like Paco. Well, I suppose I have a bit of a soft spot for him too. That's only for one thing. It's just for his heart and me. Not for his actions and me. Oh, maybe I'm saying too much. You see, I know Paco's not going to tell the tale of what happened. I just know that he won't. He's not going to want to go through that because he knows who the bad guy is in that tale. Gee, I bet all of you are thinking, for the very few that are. Get it? Yeah. By very few, if you still don't really know what I mean. I mean, just because of the few people that are in this room with me right now, because they're watching, they must be. The dice was telling me so. It told me when I went over to the dice that there were a few people in this room watching, so I'm telling them a little story. The dice actually always said that. The dice has told me that in every place that I've been. That there have been a few people watching me from every room. But one that I know, just random people. And so I just talk in the rooms so they can hear. Because they don't know anything about me. So I can. So that I can. Dice knows everything. It knows more than me. The dice is actually smarter than me, if you didn't know. I mean, if you didn't know that, that is just some crazy stuff. Everyone's got to know that the dice is smarter than me. You know who the bad guy is in that tale. It's not hard to figure out if it's me or if it's Paco. You know who it is. Because why else would I be doing this? Right? Why else? It's the only thing that I know. For the one thing that I truly can say that I know is something from not just me being crazy. The one thing that I know is true is just who the antagonist was of that little story. You know, at least I don't have smiling depression. That's where things get creepy. I just have the normal, old, bland version of it that's so obviously there. FNAF merch. I don't know why I said that. I guess I did. It just felt like making a joke. Wait a minute. No, Dice. You told me to make that joke, right, Dice? Oh, Dice. A 5 dice. What's that, Dice? You like the joke that I was telling that you made? What? Well, what's that, Dice? No, Dice, what? Dice, huh? You want to go for a swim, Dice? You do? You look like you do. I see your 2 really big eyes and your smile that's made out of cotton and fluff. Okay, let's go for a swim, Mr. Dice. Yeah, happy music. It never gets old. Dice is going for a nice swim. La dee 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 dee. What if I touched the water? How would it be? That wasn't a song. That was just something Dice wanted me to say in a bit of a chanty way that sounded very nice and peaceful and not weird. I'm not crazy. Things have been getting better. How do I know? Why, Dice told me, of course. Everything is because Dice tells me. It's not things that my other side of my mind tells me. Well, I guess it is, because the other side of my mind is basically the Dice's mind and me. Because the Dice isn't actually real, but we sure like to think it is. That's enough water. Aw, you're going for a swim. What, Dice? You're drowning? Good. Let you drown. I'll let you drown, because that is what he decided to do. Remember? He decided to do something that made you come to all knowings with me. He made you become my only thing. Remember? Yeah, he did that, Dice. And you know what, Dice? I'm sorry. But because of what he did, that just has to make me hate you. And for that, I'm sorry that I'm making you drown. You're drowning, Dice. Yeah, you're drowning. Go bye-bye, Dice, never to return. Just go down the drain, Dice. Bye-bye. Just go. Bye-bye, Dicey, what happened? I don't know. How do I feel? How do you feel? Maybe things will feel better soon.